Hello, friends. It is Monday, February 20th, 2023, and we are here for Astro Chat and Chill. So I'm over here on twitch.tv/Mama Capricorn _ if you'd like to follow along on the screen. If you're over on Instagram or YouTube, hello. Full transparency. So I intend to continue going live here for Astro Chat and Chill in the mornings. For right now, and I'm still marinating in this. I'm not sure if this is something that I'd like to change. If I'm thinking about creating a community that where this would be embedded within the community, and then you'd have to come join the community to do that. Just because I don't know, it's just something I'm marinating in, just something I'm thinking about doing. There's a certain level of censorship that I have to do when I'm in these sessions, when I'm doing Astro Chat and Chill. There's a certain level of censorship maybe isn't the right word, but actually I think it is the perfect word. Because I can't get caught or whatever saying the wrong thing by YouTube or by Instagram or whatever, because I am on their platform, and they could decide that whatever it is that I have to say is too controversial or is not something that they would like to have on their platform. It happens all the time, and you can cheer for it when you are in opposition to the person who is running that platform. Like maybe you were like, yeah, Trump should totally get his platform taken away. Alex Jones should totally get his platform taken away. Like that's their right as YouTube, or that's their right as Twitter, or like whoever the fuck. But you're not going to like it so much when it starts happening to people that you do want to listen to, and it's just that the man doesn't agree with what they have to say. You're not going to love it so much when they start to, deactivate your profile, or when they start to say like, oh, you can't post that here. In fact, I'm going straight to politics today, I guess. Venus in Aries, she just does not care. Aries rules my 11th house, so I guess that is, I'm going to probably be pretty political over the next couple of weeks as Venus transits Aries. This is where my Mars is, and I'm just I think it was because I got that, somebody forwarded me the notification this morning that Zuckerberg is going to start offering, he's piggybacking off of fucking Musk now with Twitter, that he's going to start charging people for verification, so that they it'll prevent you from getting your account impersonated. I'm sorry, you already are supposed to have checks and balances for that. I'm sorry, your platform literally wouldn't exist without people like me creating content on it. So the fact that you want me to pay you money for this platform is fucking rich. So I fully intend to continue to do Astro Chat and Chill at least through the end of the week, because I don't like making decisions, first of all, in Pisces moons. I'm very emotional, wishy-washy during Pisces moons, so not a good time for me to be making decisions. And also just new moons in general. Good time for setting intention, but not necessarily taking action, making decisions. So just something I'm marinating in this morning. I feel like we may end up migrating Astro Chat and Chill to a more private location, like a platform that I would build myself. Kind of like you would have an app and you could pull it up and you would just know that every morning at 9 I go live in here, or that I would have the replay there for you, and maybe I would clip little 30 seconds here or there for a reel or something like that. But I just don't love how much I feel like I have to censor myself in the first place, how much I feel like I am in the back of my mind thinking about oh, you don't want to get deplatformed, oh, you don't want to whatever. And no, fuck that. You're lucky to have me on your fucking platform, dude. So if you're going to be like that and you're not going to protect me, you're not going to protect me as a creator, you're going to, in fact, want to charge me money. No, absolutely not. So yeah, something I'm marinating in. Did I mention that Venus entered Aries this morning, early this morning? Yep, just a few minutes after, like literally within the same hour that we had our exact new moon in Pisces. We also had Venus enter Aries. So we are setting up over the next couple of weeks for some big fucking stuff, y'all. Like, I don't even know where to begin. I've been peppering it in here and there, like preparing you. Like, we are going to have Saturn move into Pisces in a couple of weeks. We are going to have Pluto move into Aquarius in a couple of weeks. Now it'll just be for like 3 months because it goes retrograde. It'll go back into Capricorn, but this is huge. Like, this is not something that happens every day. Like, Pluto transits last like 20 years. Like, when Pluto leaves Aquarius, it'll be 2043. Okay. So when I say that we're about to have a big transition, we're about to be like literally moving into a new generation, I mean it. And oh my gosh, my brain is just going in too many directions. Whatever. This is just what happens when the moon is in Pisces. I am in the like luteal point of my cycle, like low right before I have my period, and so I'm also like very just like this is the week that I take off of work. Y'all will see why through Astro Chat and Chill this week. I take a week off every month, and when I say a week off, it's just like a week off of client-facing stuff. So I do my best to not schedule client calls this week if I can help it. I do my best not to schedule like classes or things like that. I can go live for like 30 minutes, but like transparently, I'm going to be scattered. I'm going to be here and I'm going to be there. I'm going to be more emotional than usual. I am going to say shit that you're going to be like, what? And then later I'm going to watch it and I'm going to be like, oh my God, what did I just say? That's another reason I'm thinking about moving us into like a private platform, just somewhere that I can clip little things for the internet, so that we can keep things a little private. But yeah, so we are having so many shifts happening over the next couple of weeks. And I love that we have this Venus entering Aries moment to almost like prepare us. And again, last week we had Venus come into conjunction with Neptune, and so that was already preparing us, right? It's like the universe wants you to ground yourself in your vision, like your dream, okay? In a couple of weeks, we're gonna have Venus come into conjunction with Jupiter and Chiron in Aries, and this is gonna be this beautiful, like, inner child healing moment. This is a really beautifully expansive opportunity. I would encourage you to look for what house Aries rules in your chart, because this will give a little bit more context to like the area of your life you should be like looking at. For me, Aries rules my 11th house. So the 11th house is the house of like social groups, community. I call it like your allies, right? Because it's not just your friends, but it is people that you share values and that you want to like come together to create a better outcome, a better community, a better future. And it just so happens that the week that this starts, I start my yoga teacher training. My yoga teacher training is a 3-month period of time. It is during the exact time that Pluto enters Aquarius. Aquarius rules my 9th house, which is the house of like higher learning and yoga and shit like that. So whatever. So we have just so much that's about to happen. And I don't know. I have this like back and forth with y'all sometimes, and you know, this has just been something that's happened throughout the course of my, you know, my coaching years. That would have been since 2017. I pulled astrology in 2018. And then I've gone back and forth with astrology since then with y'all, because sometimes I get really frustrated because you want to look at astrology and say, oh my gosh, who am I? What am I supposed to do? People come to me and be like, so what's my job? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. What do you want to do? You could do anything you want. it is, right? Like, you can't look at your chart and, oh, you're going to be an architect. You're going to be a fucking whatever. Like, you can see affinity, you can see gifts and skills, and you can see where things may come easy, but you could apply it in so many different ways. I pulled Neptune. I just decided to pull a card for us. So we got Neptune, which again, like connection to your divine source, connection to your, like pick up the phone to your connection to God or to the universe, you know? That it's not about like, oh, what have they got? I saw this fucking article this morning that was like, I don't even remember what it was, but it was basically trying to sell me on like someone's morning routine. Like, this person is very healthy, and so like we should be following their morning routine. Well, what the hell does that have to do with me? They have a completely different set of DNA. They have a completely different set of environmental circumstances. They have a completely different set of like biological circumstances. Like, what on earth would I give a fuck about someone else's morning routine for? How's that going to change my life? That is the essence of everything. Like, when I look at astrology, when I'm looking at your chart, I'm looking at this through the lens of unconditional love. I'm looking at it through the lens of, what is it that you desire? Why do you not have that yet? And how can I show you how to love yourself enough that you're going to have what you want, that you will go after what you want, or that you'll even be able to be honest with yourself about what it is that you want. Like, that's the bottom of everything. So I have personally been doing a lot of journaling and just like grounding myself in like me, and also playing a lot of like bending concepts with my mind, right? So it's like there are things that hold you back. There are things that keep you from moving forward, and it's like the way that we perceive the world around us, the lens through which you're looking at everything, is completely subjective. I've been really playing around with the idea that like nothing has inherent, like intrinsic meaning. Like this has no meaning. This only has meaning because I give it meaning, right? And the meaning that you give it is completely different. Like, this might mean nothing to you, but it means something to me, right? Like, everything is completely subjective. And so if you have no control over other people's perception, if you have no control over how other people define things or create meaning, why are we so often trying to control the way that we are perceived? Like, why are we so often trying to make people like us, make people see us, make people understand us? Because they'll never, even the people who know us the most, they don't understand us. Like, we don't even understand us. How could anybody understand us? That's ridiculous. To be seen, to be witnessed, to be appreciated, sure. But how's that going to happen if you are moving through life like based in in pretense? Like, if you are trying to constantly engineer the way that others are receiving you or perceiving you, right? Through the actions you take, through the words you choose to use, through your like physical like expression, right? If you're working so hard, if all of your energy is going into, I have to make them understand me, well, oh my God, what a waste of fucking time. What a fucking waste of time. What a waste of energy. Because it's not something like we're literally chasing something that's never going to happen. You're never going to have that because it's not a real thing. And so what is the thing? What is the alternative? Okay, because it's not, well, fuck everyone and I'm going to do, well, a little bit I'm going to do what I want, but it's, if everything has the meaning that I give it, what kind of meaning would I like to have? what is the meaning of, life? What is the meaning of my day to day? What is the meaning of my interactions with people? What is it that I want to see? And that's really what I've been dwelling in, especially over the weekend, over the last few days, over the last week or so in particular, is what does it mean to have attachment to things? What does it mean to try to live right, and then to just do it, just to live the way that you want to be? I don't know. I was thinking last night, I was on the yoga mat, and I was recognizing, okay, so if I give meaning to everything, if I'm the one that gives my life meaning and applies meaning to the things that are in my field, then that means that the same is true for everyone, right? And that you're going to have your own perception of me no matter what I do. I could be doing everything that I believe is good and correct and right and just, and you could perceive me as being just the absolute worst. You're never going to please everybody. You're never going to be able to control everyone's perception of you and what you do and what you're about and why. And so rather than chasing that, how can we be more committed to what we want? How can we be more committed to doing things in a way that makes us proud and creates more meaning in our own life experience? That is truly what I am taking away, especially from this Pisces new moon and this Venus in Aries transit, is what is it that I define as meaningful? And if I'm at the end of my days and I'm looking back at my life, am I going to have meaning? Am I going to find meaning and be proud of myself? Because I certainly am not going to be worried about you, honestly. I'm not going to be worried about you. I'm not going to be worried about what you thought of me. I'm not going to be worried about whether or not I'm going to be worried about if I made myself proud, if I feel fulfilled in my own life experience. Hopefully, right? Hopefully I'll get that reflection moment. I don't know. This is really just all I've been thinking about. So, I've just been circling this over and over in my mind. And if I can give you, exercises, specific timelines to look at. I've been really following Pisces, right? So we're at the start of Pisces season. We have the new moon in Pisces, and then Saturn enters Pisces in a couple of weeks. So I would encourage you to look at where Pisces rules in your chart. For me, this is the 10th house. So it's the 10th house of career and reputation. So over the next month, while the sun is in Pisces, right, the sun is shining its light on this particular area of your life. Okay, so how are you going to make the most of that? Then over the next 6 months, from the new moon in Pisces until the full moon in Pisces, right, you want to look at that axis. So that's Pisces and Virgo, right? So for me, that's the 10th house and the 4th house. And so it's how can we create more balance in these two areas, and especially emotionally and energetically. So over the next 6 months, what does that look like to create more energetic and emotional balance between those two areas of your life? Again, for me, that is the 10th house and the 4th house. So that would be career and home and family life. So literally work-life balance, right? And then finally, we have Saturn entering Pisces. So Saturn is there to build foundations, is there to create stability, so that you can do the hard work, right? And so that is a 3-year transit. It's actually, I remember the date because I just have a sharp memory for things like this. May 25th, 2025, right? So from now, or March 8th, I think, until May 2025, May 25th, 2025, which is when Saturn enters Aries. What foundations would you like to create? What would you like to see in this area of your life? So for me, again, this is my professional career, reputation. So over the next 3 years, I see myself republishing my book. like just super solidifying myself in the space that I want to be in. And yeah, I know that I'm like priming myself for Saturn moving into Aries already. Yes, that is how far in the future I think sometimes, because that's my 11th house. And I would like to be opening like a yoga studio or like a conference or a retreat house or something like that, a gathering space, right? But that is a few years out. Obviously, that's something that's going to take a lot of time and planning and like solidifying myself and my brand, like even more so, especially locally, because like online is one thing. Like I have clients all over the world. I have clients in Singapore. I have clients in Canada and Mexico, and I live in Florida, right? I live in Tampa, Florida. And I think that I've probably worked with like 5 people like in the state of Florida, like maybe throughout my entire like career so far. And so the concept of me building like a brick and mortar establishment or having like a local business is something that I'm just like, what? Like I need to be a little bit more solidified here before I do that, like physically. So that's also what I'm going to be working on during this Saturn and Pisces phase between now and May 2025. So again, when the sun is in Pisces, that's over the next month, sun's shining on this area of your life, right? How would you like to make the most of it? How would you like to be seen? Then we've got the moon, so creating balance in this area of your life between now and the next 6 months when we have the Pisces full moon. And then finally that Saturn in Pisces, which starts in a couple of weeks, so I'm a little bit ahead on that. Mama Capricorn's always watching Saturn. And so what is it that you would like to build here? What strong foundations would you like to lay and have fully established over the next 3 years in this area of your life? If you want to talk about this a little bit more, you can pop into my Discord. The link is like all over the place. If you're on Twitch or on YouTube, like you can see it right. No, you can't. Whatever. It's on my profile. If you're on Instagram, you can do the same. I'm going to come back tomorrow for more Astro Chat and Chill. And again, like I said, I'm definitely going to continue to do it live publicly, like for the whole Astro Chat and Chill through the end of this week at the very least. If I do decide to move the full transmission, that's the word, the full transmission of Astro Chat and Chill to a private space, just so that I don't have to censor myself for the man, you will be the first to know. So I will see you tomorrow for more Astro Chat and Chill. Please enjoy this new moon in Pisces. New moons are not times for like bursting forth into action. You don't have to do that right now. And I know it's going to be a little bit challenging to have some restraint because we do have Venus and Aries at the same time. So it's almost like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling fire, right? I'm feeling excitement for the first time this fucking year. Like this is the first time I feel like we've had like true fire energy in the chart since like Sagittarius season. Like it has just been a whole winter of rest and reprieve and dreaming and truly just like sitting the fuck down and getting real with yourself. And I'm so glad. Like, thank you so much, God, universe, like creator, source, whatever, for, and me, because obviously it's me. Hello. It's all us. It's all me. So thank you, me. Thanks, me, for aligning everything in exactly the right way and like exactly the way that I needed it to and exactly the way that we all needed it to, obviously, because we all only create meaning through our own perception. That was something that really tripped me out this weekend too. I'm like, wait, hang on. If I create meaning, if I'm the one that gives everything meaning, then what the hell does that say about astrology? Or anything? Oh man, okay. I promise I'm not on acid right now, but I could understand if you were wondering. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. I'm going to go take a nap. I'm going to do some journaling today. That's my mood for today. I hope that you're doing the same, and I will catch you tomorrow.